If you drive an automatic car, there's a habit you probably do every week, maybe every day, that transmission specialists say quietly destroys gearboxes from the inside. No warning light, no strange noise at first, no immediate failure, but years later, the transmission slips, shifts harshly, or fails completely. And the repair bill isn't small. $3,500, $5,000, sometimes $8,000 or more. What's worse is this. Most drivers believe this habit is harmless. Some were even told it's normal. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact habit that silently wrecks automatic transmissions, why modern gearboxes are more vulnerable than ever, and how to stop the damage without driving differently or spending money. Stay to the end, because the final reveal is the one mistake almost everyone makes after parking, and it's the most expensive one of all. Section 1. Why automatic transmissions die quietly. Automatic transmissions almost never fail suddenly. They degrade slowly through heat, fluid breakdown, clutch wear, pressure loss. And unlike engines, transmissions don't give clear early warnings. No dipstick on many modern cars, no temperature gauge, no obvious symptoms until damage is advanced. That's why drivers are always shocked when they're told, "You need a new transmission." The damage didn't happen last week. It happened over years. Here's the myth most drivers believe. If something was bad for the transmission, the car wouldn't let me do it. That's dangerously wrong. Automatic transmissions allow many actions that are mechanically harmful because drivers expect convenience, manufacturers prioritize smoothness, damage doesn't show up immediately. The transmission doesn't stop you. It absorbs the stress instead, until it can't anymore. Before I tell you the most destructive habit, let's clear something up. It's not shifting while rolling. Most people already know that. Towing without a cooler, or never changing fluid, though that does matter. The habit I'm talking about feels harmless. It feels routine. It feels like common sense. And that's why it destroys so many transmissions. But to understand it, you need to understand what's happening inside the gearbox. Section 2. What's actually inside an automatic transmission. An automatic transmission is not just gears. It contains clutch packs, steel plates, hydraulic valves, seals, and fluid that acts as both lubricant and hydraulic force. Every shift relies on precise fluid pressure, controlled friction, and exact timing. Anything that shocks this system causes clutch glazing, seal wear, pressure loss, and heat spikes. And once heat enters the picture, transmission life drops fast. Section 3. Why modern automatics are more fragile. Older automatics were overbuilt, understressed, inefficient but durable. Modern automatics are lighter, tighter, optimized for fuel economy, packed with more gears and clutches. That means less margin for abuse, higher sensitivity to heat, faster wear when stressed incorrectly. The habit we're about to discuss was survivable 20 years ago. Today, it's a transmission killer. To Section 4, the habit, using the transmission to hold the car. Still here it is, holding your car and drive at a stop, on hills, in traffic, or at lights. Instead of using the brake, it feels harmless. It feels normal. Some drivers do it without thinking. But inside the transmission, this creates continuous internal slip. And slip is heat. Heat is death for automatic transmissions. Section 5. What's actually happening inside the gearbox? When your car is stopped in drive, the engine is still spinning, the torquey converter is still coupling power, clutch packs are partially loaded, the transmission is fighting itself, engine wants to move the car, brakes are holding it still, fluid absorbs the difference as heat. This is not a neutral condition, it's controlled friction. Do this occasionally and the transmission survives. Do it daily, so for years, and the damage adds up. Section 6. Why hills and traffic are the worst. This habit becomes especially destructive when You're stopped on an incline, you lightly hold the brake, or you let the car creep forward constantly. In these situations, clutches never fully lock, pressure stays high, fluid temperature climbs. Transmission specialists call this microslip. You don't feel it, you don't hear it, but clutch material is wearing away every second. This is where psychology traps drivers. Yes, the car allows it. Yes, it's designed to be smooth. Yes, manufacturers know people do this. But allowed does not mean healthy. Manufacturers design transmissions to survive warranty periods, feel convenient, pass fuel economy tests. They are not optimizing for 15 to 20 years of stop-and-go abuse. That's why the same transmission model survives in highway cars, fails early in city-driven ones. Same hardware, different habits. Section 7. The heat multiplier effect. Transmission fluid is extremely heat-sensitive. For every 20 degrees Fahrenheit increase above normal operating temperature, fluid life is roughly cut in half. Seals harden faster, clutch friction material degrades. Holding the car in drive at long stops raises fluid temperature, keeps heat trapped, prevents cooling, and unlike engines, most drivers never see transmission temperature. Damage happens invisibly. Older automatics had fewer gears, used thicker fluid, ran cooler, tolerated slip better. Modern automatics have 6, 8, even 10 gears, use thinner fluid, rely on precision pressure control, operate closer to thermal limits. And that means habits that were once fine are now expensive mistakes. Section 8. The first symptoms when it's already late. Drivers eventually notice delayed engagement, rough shifts, shuddering at low speed, hesitation when accelerating. These are not electronic glitches. They're mechanical wear. By the time symptoms appear, clutch damage has already occurred, and clutch damage does not reverse. Section 9. What you should do instead. The simple fix. The fix is boring. That's why it works. At stops longer than a few seconds, use the brake fully or shift to neutral if stopped for extended periods. This unloads clutch packs, reduces internal slip, drops transmission heat immediately. You don't need to change how you drive. You just need to stop asking the transmission to fight itself. Section 10. The most expensive parking habit. This is the mistake transmission rebuilders see constantly. You park on a slope, you stop the car, you shift straight into park. Then you release the brake. That single motion can load thousands of pounds of vehicle weight onto a part smaller than your finger. It's called the parking pawl, and when it fails, the transmission often follows. Section 11. What a parking pawl really does. Inside your transmission is a small metal locking arm. When you shift into park, the pawl drops into a toothed gear, locking the output shaft, preventing the wheels from turning. It is not designed to hold vehicle weight on a slope, absorb rolling force, stop a moving car. It's a lock, not a brake. When you shift into park before setting the parking brake, the car rolls slightly, weight settles onto the pawl, the transmission takes the load. Over time, this causes pawl wear, gear deformation, internal shock to the output shaft, stress through the transmission case. You might notice a loud clunk when shifting out of park, resistance when selecting drive, sudden rolling after releasing park. Those are warnings, not quirks. The parking pawl doesn't fail gradually like clutches. It fails catastrophically. One day, the car doesn't hold, park doesn't engage, the vehicle rolls. At that point, repair is not small. Replacing a pawl often requires transmission removal, tear down, thousands in labor. This is one of the most expensive, simple mistakes drivers make. Section 12. The correct parking sequence. Mechanics use this. Here's the correct order. Simple and effective. Stop the car fully. Hold the brake, engage the parking brake, release the foot brake slightly, let weight settle. Shift into park, release brakes. Now the parking brake holds the car, not the transmission. This removes load from the pawl entirely. Mechanics do this every time. Most drivers never learn it. Yes, many people do it wrong for years. Some never see a failure. But transmissions don't fail equally. They fail based on slope frequency, vehicle weight, drivetrain layout, driving environment. City driving plus hills equals high risk. High mileage plus repeated stress equals eventual failure. This is wear roulette. Some lose early, some don't. Section 13. Why modern cars hide the damage. Many newer cars soften engagement electronically, mask pawl loading, delay feedback. That doesn't eliminate stress, it hides it. Damage still accumulates, and when it fails, it looks sudden, but it wasn't. The shifting mistake, most drivers never question. Here's the final habit that transmission specialists warn about, and almost everyone does it: shifting from reverse to drive, or drive to reverse, before the car fully stops, even at walking speed, even almost stopped, even gently. Inside the transmission, this creates instant directional shock, and that shock is absorbed by clutch packs, planetary gears, shafts, and hydraulic pressure systems. You don't feel the damage, but the transmission does. Section 14. What actually happens inside the transmission. When you're rolling backward and select drive, the transmission must stop rotating mass, reverse torque flow, reapply pressure to different clutch packs, all within a fraction of a second. That's not a smooth transition, it's a forced reversal. Over time, this causes clutch glazing, seal fatigue, pressure leaks, delayed engagement. Transmission builders call this shock loading, and modern automatics are extremely sensitive to it. Section 15. Why modern automatics suffer more. Older transmissions shifted slower, had thicker fluid, absorbed shock better. Modern units shift faster, run thinner fluid, rely on exact pressure timing, use more clutch packs. That means less tolerance for abuse. A habit that once caused minor wear now causes accelerated failure. Section 16. The correct way. It feels boring. That's good. Here's what long-life drivers do. Come to a complete stop, pause for 1 second, then shift. That single pause allows pressure to stabilize, clutches to release fully, components to stop rotating. 1 second saves thousands of dollars. The 300,000-mile automatic transmission rules. If you want your automatic transmission to last, don't use drive to hold the car still. Always use the parking brake before park. Never shift directions while rolling. Let the transmission cool when stressed. Change fluid based on use, not lifetime claims. None of these require tools. None cost money. All of them reduce internal stress dramatically. Section 17. Why? Lifetime fluid is a lie of omission. One last truth. Lifetime means lifetime of the warranty, lifetime of average ownership, not lifetime of the transmission. Heat degrades fluid, clutches shed material, contamination accumulates. Transmissions that reach high mileage almost always had fluid serviced preventively. Final reality check. Most transmission failures are not caused by bad design. They're caused by small daily habits, convenience-driven behavior, and drivers being told it's fine. It's not fine. It's expensive. Be honest. Do you stop completely before shifting? Do you use the parking brake every time? Do you let the transmission do less work or more? Drop a comment with your car, mileage, and one habit you're changing today. Because automatic transmissions don't fail suddenly. They fail quietly until one day they don't move at all.